Once the excitement of opening your own law firm is over, once everybody has sent their congratulations, now the work begins. And whether you realize it or not, you have a choice to make. Will this law firm be a job or will it be a business? Hi, I'm Sharon Christie, founder and CEO of Bold Women Lawyers. I provide business coaching to women in solo and small law firms. And I've been a lawyer for a long time. I was a partner in a small firm, and then for 16 years, I had my own solo practice. Now, in the beginning, I treated my solo practice like a job. I really never thought of it as anything else. And the truth be told, even as a partner in a small law firm, it was really the same way. It was a job, just in a smaller setting from what I had been in the past. But once I understood that my law firm could be a business and I could run it like a business, and if I chose that path, that I was the CEO of the business, that's when everything changed. And that's when I was able to build the firm into the law practice that I wanted. Now, you might be thinking, really, what's the difference? You can call it a job, you can call it a business, but you're providing legal services to clients. And while that's true, that is the service that a law firm provides. There's a big difference between it being your job and it being your business. Because if you have decided that your law firm is your business, then the difference between the two is in how you think about your law firm, how you make your decisions, and what the end result is going to be for you down the road once it's time for you to leave your law firm. So if your law firm's a job, you're going to handle it pretty much the same way you would if you were working for another lawyer. Now, I know, I understand completely, you're fully responsible for paying all the bills, but your mindset, the way that you look at it is generally, okay, I want to get enough clients and make enough money every month to pay the bills and to pay me what I think is a fair wage for my work. Now, that's a job. And that's okay if that's what you truly want. And there are plenty of people who do, then that's fine. If you want your law firm to be your job, then that's how you will look at it. On the other hand, if you look at your law firm as a business, what's different? Well, first of all, if it's your business, you're the CEO of that business. And what does it mean to be a CEO? Well, the CEO of any business is fully responsible for the business's success. The CEO develops the vision of what the business should be. The CEO develops the strategic plan as to how the business will get from where it is now to where the CEO envisions it should be. The CEO is responsible for making the pivots along the way, because as we all know, business is not a straight line up. Business is up and down, up and down, up and down. There are pivots that have to be made along the way and that can be made, but you have to be on the lookout for it. The CEO is responsible to develop the strategies, to develop the plans that will bring the vision to life. But the CEO does not work alone. She puts together the best team that she can to make that vision happen and to implement the strategies and plans that are important to achieving the business that she wants to have. The CEO is growth-minded. She tracks the performance of her business. She looks at what competitors are doing. She compares the two. She has goals in mind for her business, and she's not afraid to look at the metrics to see how she's doing. Is she going to make it? Has she not made it? If she hasn't made it, what changes should be implemented so that she can meet those goals along with her team? The CEO creates the work culture for the business. Now, this is true if, as a CEO, you may only have one employee you may have a lot of independent contractors or VAs. It doesn't really matter. You may have no employees and it's all independent contractors and VAs. You could have 10 employees or more. You create the work culture. You will show people how you deal with them in good times and in bad times, how you set your priorities, and they will respond accordingly. So it's up to you as a CEO to set that culture. Now, it took me a while to understand the difference between being a job owner and being a CEO. But once I got that understanding, I changed my mindset about my own law firm. I realized this really is a business. And then I made a lot of other changes. I changed my daily routine to make sure that I added time into my schedule for CEO activities, for planning, for visioning, for pivoting when necessary. But I made sure that time was baked into my calendar. I found support with other law firm owners who thought like I did, who thought like CEOs. I read a ton of business-related books. I joined a mastermind. I hired a law business coach. I did a lot of things to help me get up to speed on what it meant to run a business. I knew how to practice law. You know, the lawyer part was fine. As long as I kept up with CLEs, et cetera, to keep up with changes. But that part was fine. I knew how to do that. What I didn't know was how to run a business. And it took time and it took a lot of learning. It was a journey, but it was a journey that allowed me to create the business that I wanted. I was very strategic about that. I was very mindful of the decisions I was making. I was very determined that I would have a firm that ran the way that I really wanted it to, that served my needs best. And that's not to say I didn't serve my clients, because I served them and served them well. But I knew that my firm probably wouldn't run like all the other firms of my size and that did the kind of work that I did, but that was fine because I wanted it to run in a way that really met my needs. The other thing that I wanted was to create an asset. I knew fairly early on that I didn't know how long I would have my solo practice, but that I wanted to be in a position, I wanted it built as a business that was an asset, was a saleable asset, that not only had clients, that not only had ongoing cases, but that had ongoing marketing programs, for example, that had goodwill assets, that had marketing assets, that had client lists, that could be transferred either if I brought in another lawyer and arranged a sale, or if I actually sold the business to an external lawyer, which I ended up doing. But I knew that I wanted it to be a saleable asset. You do that if you act like the CEO of your business. So it was a journey for me. It was a great journey, but really important. And it's something that I think a lot of lawyers don't ever think about. They just sort of move on year after year with their law firm. This year was good, last year was not so good, but it's not strategic. It's not running like a business. So I hope you find that helpful, or at least gives you some things to think about. And I want you to tell me, leave me a message. What do you want your law firm to be, a job or a business? And if so, why did you choose what you did? What, if you want it to be a job, why do you choose that? If you want it to be a business, what kind of business are you looking for? Do you want it to grow in terms of employees, locations, size in that regard, revenue, certainly? Do you want it to be saleable at the end of the day? Do you want it to be a legacy business so that your name would always be on it long after you have retired? What do you want? What do you want your law firm to be? Think about it and let me know. I look forward to hearing from you.